game's just okay. City Shrouded in Shadow was released in October 2017 in Japan exclusively for the PlayStation 4. The objective is to run through a fictional location called Iki City while it's being attacked by various threats. These threats are usually characters from different major franchises, including Ultraman, Gamera, Patlabor, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Godzilla, Kimba, Hello Kitty. City Shrouded in Shadow was never released in North America, but you can still order the game online at sites like Amazon, and it will work on your North American PlayStation 4. Although I understand that any updates or DLCs will not. But the game features no English dubbing or subtitles, so you might be wondering if it's still playable if you don't understand Japanese. Well, the answer is, yeah, it actually is. I played through the entire game with barely any issues at all. And that might sound like a good thing, but it's actually not. But we'll get to that later. This game is a spiritual successor to the series of games called Disaster Report. It's a mostly linear survival game, with goals usually being to get from point A to point B and avoid dangers along the way. The game is divided into 17 stages, with each stage having a specific nearby threat. So for example, Stage 1 has Ultraman fighting a Zarab alien nearby, while Stage 2 features Legion soldiers from the Gamera franchise. Note that throughout the game, the different intellectual properties never cross over. There's never a point where Godzilla and Ultraman are sharing a screen. All of the properties are compartmentalized, which I imagine was a term in the licensing agreements. So the whole thing starts with you choosing your gender, then choosing the woman you are about to meet. Whichever gender you make yourself, you're meeting with a woman, and that woman can be a childhood friend, your lover, it's your choice. Eventually, the aforementioned battle with Ultraman breaks out, and while you're running, you accidentally witness an illegal transaction with the Yakuza. You find the girl you were supposed to meet, and then the bulk of the game from there becomes the two of you trying to escape disasters while dodging the Yakuza. You can change your appearance, including your clothing, which can also alter your life bar. You can also shop at markets for food and drinks to replenish health and stamina. And you can change the appearance of your companion. Hey guys, who wore it better? In terms of actual gameplay, you're going to be spending the majority of this game doing one of three things. Running, hitting the square button to react to a QuickTime event, making choices. There are a lot of choice prompts in this game. But this isn't like Detroit Become Human, where the choices branch off into entirely different gaming experiences. Rather, in this game, most choices have no long-term effect. Since I can't read Japanese, I spent most of the game just making random selections in the choice menu, and it didn't really affect much at all. So then why even have choices? I played through the main storyline and didn't spend much time on side stories or searching for collectibles, and I breezed through to the end pretty quickly. In fact, this game is surprisingly easy. I mentioned that you can stock up on food to replenish your health. Well, I didn't have to do that once through the entire game. Not once! There are a lot of save points, and when you save, your health is replenished. So I never needed any of the food or anything like that. And if you die, you just play that little section again until you figure it out. I only got stuck on one section in the entire game, and it was with this damn car ramming into my ass over and over. Jesus, buy me dinner first! When there are QuickTime reaction events, the only button you'll ever need to hit is square. That's it. So dodging the same things with the same button gets old really fast. And again, I have no command of the Japanese language, but if you've ever played a video game before, you can pretty much figure a lot of this out. Oh, the door is locked? Well, then I must need to find a key somewhere. You'll always be pretty sure what to do, even if you're not exactly sure why you're doing it. I was happy to be able to pick up this game and play it all the way through the end without understanding any of the language, but that's not a sign of a good video game. Think about it, how many current-gen video games in this genre would you be able to play all the way through without reading a single word of dialogue or instructions? How many could you play all the way through without ever needing to use any of the health power-ups that are available? This game's profound simplicity is really good for us North Americans who just want to explore it as tourists. But as a video game, if you're playing this as a gamer, I can't imagine being satisfied with this game. And there's so much talking. Oh my god. Make no mistake, this would feel extraneous even if the game were in English. Thankfully, you can skip sections of the dialogue, but wow. Wow. These talkie sections really kill the momentum of the game. The game works best during close encounters with the threats. I like the sections where I was in a skyscraper and a kaiju battle was nearby. Those moments really put you in the situation. You feel the rumbling of the unstable building, and I loved catching glimpses of the battle outside. During these shiny moments, you could really feel the weight of these monsters. And the same can be said sometimes when you're on the ground. Even Ultra Warriors feel like a threat due to their enormity. This game does a great job making you feel so insignificant and small during these events. Also, in what other game can you get this close to Ultra 7's crotch? There's a level with a Dada alien that actually felt genuinely scary. In a real-world situation, these aliens are kind of frightening. You get to ride a vehicle here or there, those moments break things up a little better. It's just that every time this game does something right, the next moment is so wrong. This entire level's a song. They're still singing. This entire level is a song. The game suffers a bit visually as well. There are frame rate issues more than a few times. Fast action can start lagging, things feel clunky. There are glitches. Like, look at this abomination I was able to capture on video. To be fair, the Japanese gamers might have gotten some patches to fix some of this since the release. Graphics-wise, the city is okay, but it's not as well fleshed out as, say, Watch Dogs. This game feels very bare minimum. I found myself playing this game mostly motivated by wondering what properties I'd see in the following level. But that's not a good enough reason to want to keep playing a game. As I played, I kept asking myself, how would I feel about this exact same game, but if it were all original characters and no popular licenses? Take out Ultraman, take out Godzilla, replace them with generic monsters and aliens. Would this still be as enjoyable to play through? And for me, the answer is no. Like I said, most of the enjoyment came from basically just being a tourist, wandering through the game looking for my favorite characters. 2 stars! This game isn't offensively bad. I don't want to rip into it and just say it sucks. It just feels half-baked, unfinished. Like I said before, bare minimum. Definitely not compelling enough to keep coming back to it for any reason other than looking for more licensed characters. And if you watch this video and you still want to check out City Shrouded in Shadow, I wouldn't blame you. I still think you might enjoy it more if you're just playing it as a tourist, just to see your favorite properties, but at the end of the day, I need to judge this on its merit as a video game and not on its gimmick. And in that regard, it was kind of a letdown.
Now walk into his asshole.
Okay. This fine episode was brought to you in part by my patrons! Yes, I want to thank all of the Monster Island Buddy patrons. Patrons like Irving, E, Jimenez, Bolito,